welcome to my easy all-grain series on Hypo Brew. In this episode, we're going to talk about mash tuns. There are two typical ways to do all-grain brewing. The first is brew in a bag, where you take all your grain, you put a bag in your kettle, get up the strike water, put the bag in your kettle, add your grain. When you're done with your mash time, you turn up the water to get it to go into a boil. We're going to talk about all grain using a mash tun. Now, first off, it's spelled T-U-N. Okay, let's talk about price. You can buy a packaged mash tun, which will run you about $150 to $240. One of the reasons why I went to all grain was to save money. So spending $200 wasn't really in it for me. So I'm going to show you how you can get a fully functioning mash tun for a whole lot less. My setup ran about $110, but there are some ways you can get that price down to even about $70, and let me explain. There are three types of mash tuns used by homebrewers. There's a rectangle cooler, a converted keg or a keggle, and then a round cooler. We're going to talk today about a round cooler. Why? Well, because I just happen to have one right here. Let's talk about round coolers. They're readily available at your home improvement store. Can you guess where I got mine? You can hold, it actually holds heat very well. It already has a hole in it. Let me show you. It already has a hole in it, ready for water to come out, so you don't have to drill anything. So that's one of the reasons why these types of coolers are actually pretty, excuse the pun, cool. Okay, so you're going to need a screen. You can go with a false bottom, which I have here, or a filter that's made from a stainless steel sheath from a faucet fitting. The second option is much cheaper, and this is where the price really gets down to about $70 or so. And it's a good place to start. A false bottom is somewhere near $40, and the sheath is about $7. You could pick up that when you're getting your cooler at your home improvement store. There are two different sizes. There's a 5-gallon round cooler, which can get you about 12 pounds of grain. That'll get you a gravity of about 1059 with that about 70% efficiency. Or you can go with a 10-gallon cooler that'll hold 25 or 24 pounds of grain, and it'll get you 11.18 with 80% efficiency. Now, in How to Brew, John Palmer defines the brewing efficiency as the ratio between the gravity points of the wort and the kettle and the maximum potential extract of the grain. Efficiency is the amount of fermented sugar that you could draw from your grain. The more fermentable sugar, the more potential alcohol. When you get everything made, just make sure to toss in your strike water first, let it warm up the cooler for about 10 minutes or so, check your temperature, and then toss in your grain. Even if you're doing batch sparging, you want to do it this way. But I'll get into that later in another episode. Make sure to leave some comments or questions below, and thanks for watching.